I get a lot of people telling me that they really like my gaming setup, but my setup tour is a little bit outdated. So with that said, welcome to month 1 of setup updates. Yeah, this is actually going to be really similar to a room tour. I'm just going to call it setup updates though, because I'm going to do them monthly and there are going to be little things that are going to change along the way. Before I start off with my setup, I do want to kind of go through my room starting here and there. I will leave a timestamp if you do just want to check out the setup and you don't really care about this part of my room. So yeah, check the description for that. But yeah, to start it off here, I have a few glasses. I have this jar too that I usually fill with gum or candy, whatever. I do a lot of unboxings here. I also make my G Fuel over here. That way I don't spill it on my mouse pad over there. I really love to have this open space right here. That way I'll put a camera like right up there that I'll mount. There's a little mounting hole there. There's also doubles as a dresser. But even further over, we actually have a coffee maker right here. I use this pretty much every day. Along with it, I also use this red Yeti mug. I really love it, honestly. It's great for traveling, keeps things hot like crazy. And behind that, you can see I have a few little coffee Keurig cups, as well as some Rolo hot chocolate, which is really nice to have. Definitely essential in my setup. Moving on to this section over here, this is just a mess. I have my backpack, a chair, tripod stuff, lighting, whatever. Overall, this place is a mess. I usually keep it a mess. It sucks, but it is what it is. Moving on to my bed area, I actually use this part of my setup just as much as I do over there. Because I don't have a productivity setup yet, I'm gonna put one right there later. I actually take my laptop, plug it in, and do some work on here, like editing, whatever, when I get bored of over here. I do love my bed so much. I love how it looks in my stream background as well. Even underneath it here, I have these like fairy lights from Govee. They just line my bed like this right here. They blend really well with my carpet, and it really gives me that glow effect that I'm looking for. Overall, great stuff, definitely recommend. Over on my nightstand, I have a little mug that I've had since I was a little kid. I don't really know why I keep it. My retainer, an old iPad that I don't really use anymore. I have an Apple Watch that I, sometimes wear as well as this Valo desk lamp that I really love. Again, great for editing when my lights are off and stuff like that. And on top of it right here, this is just a little camera cleaner. Works great, keeps it clean. I also use it for that webcam over there, but I'll get there in a second here. Above my bed right here, I have this little cork board. Sometimes I'll put like sticky notes on it. Right now I have my last name bar right there, as well as a little Canada flag that I made when I was little. Even further down the wall, I have my Rams jersey right here. I used to wear this when I was a little bit younger. They let us keep it though, because I ended up switching the jerseys around. I really love this thing, great addition to my setup. Although you can't see it in my stream background, it still looks great in my room. I think it's about time we actually get to the setup part of things now. I'm gonna kind of start over here and then work my way around onto the PC. Starting off with these fairy lights, they're actually a no-name brand, but they've been working for months and months and months. They do take batteries, which kind of sucks. Honestly, I really don't have any complaints about power or anything like that. They're great. Although they're not RGB, they do last well, and honestly, they still look better than if they were RGB in my setup. When I talk about my fairy lights, I always like to talk about my planet light as well. This planet light you can find on Amazon, really cheap, like 25 bucks at most. Fits well in my stream background and sits right atop my G Fuel shaker cups and mini fridge. I get a lot of attention on this mini fridge just because I can store anything I want in there, like bubblies, any sort of snacks that I want, and it's all great for decoration because it fits on my desk like this. It's got this little handle on the top too. I really don't move this thing, but it's super light. Honestly, this thing is amazing. You can find it on Amazon for about $90. Overall, a great buy, and I don't regret it. If you go into my VODs from like a few months ago too, you'll even see this thing. I've had this thing for like a year now, and it is absolutely wonderful. Just over to the left here, I have my G Fuel. I got snow cone, Raging Gummy Fish, and Hype Sauce. Hype Sauce is the best, no doubt about it. We don't talk about that. If you're just about to buy G Fuel though, I definitely recommend Hype Sauce or Snow Cone, and I'll actually leave my top 3 on screen right now. All right, over here we have my shaker cups. Let me put that down there. I actually have a Twitch shaker cup as well that I got sent out to me for free. It's in the wash right now. I really don't want it to get moldy like this one did a few times. Luckily we were able to clean it out, but did suck for a while. This Rogue Energy one was when I was sponsored by Rogue Energy. They sent me out kind of a pack to kind of get me started off here. Overall, I really like them. I prefer G Fuel, I'm not gonna lie, but Rogue Energy is definitely a good cop as well. Just quickly before I move on, I want to say that I was not paid to say that. If you come down here, you'll see my mic attached to this Neweer boom arm. Definitely don't recommend it. This thing is squeaky. It is the worst. I really want to get an update, but I'm going to wait until I can get my SM7B with a Go XLR. Yes, I'm going to get a full one because I'm bougie like that. Podcast is great if you got the right settings, of course. I know you guys can see that right there. It is super dirty. Holy, I didn't even notice that. But yeah, that polar option there, gain turned all the way down, and the microphone placement is key. It's right in front of my face. Overall, great mic. A little overpriced, but I do love it. Just above it here, you'll see my keyboard, which is the Logitech G610 with Cherry MX Red switches. The stabs on this thing are crazy bad. Just take a listen. And that's why I'm building a custom one with Halo Trues. A parts list I mean of like my new custom keyboard that I'm gonna be building. Moving on to the mouse here, I have a Logitech G Pro Superlight in white. I was actually lucky enough to cop this thing in person, which is crazy. It really does live up to the name Superlight there. This thing is so light and it's wireless, which I've never had before. I will honestly never go back from wireless, ever. I love this thing so much. I got some grips on the side here. They're just stock, as well as some stock feet here. I was gonna get Tiger Ice feet, but it didn't end up working out that great. Great mouse, definitely recommend it. Little expensive, but it is worth it in my opinion. Moving up here, we have my Stream Deck right here. I have the standard one. I really don't want to go into depth with this thing. I love it so much. There's a lot of controversy on them, if they're worth it or not. For me, honestly, for what I use, it is 100% worth it. I love it so much. Moving on to my triple monitors here. This is a Acer CV2 series, 75 hertz and 4K, which is just amazing, honestly. Man, this thing is crazy. It's a beast. It's massive, 27 inches, and it's great for reading chat and OBS. I also do a lot of gaming on here. One time I actually did it vertical, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, moving on to my top monitor here. This one I got for free. I honestly know nothing about it. It's great, honestly. I want to get an upgrade because, you know, it doesn't actually fill the whole thing. It's not like a 16:9 ratio. This one down here is a 60 hertz monitor. I have a 3070 in game on a 60 hertz monitor. I don't want to hear a thing. This thing is great though if you're, you know, using it as a secondary monitor. I would definitely try to get at least 144 hertz like I'm trying to do. Honestly, I just don't have the cash right now, but I mean, hopefully that's an upgrade in the soon. Almost nearing the end of the whole thing, I'm gonna go over my lighting and cameras, then the beast of a PC right here. For lighting, I got two newer key lights. You can find them on newegg.ca. Honestly, they're great. They come in a pack of two. I'm not using it in my setup right now. The other one I use for videos and stuff like that. This light is amazing, dude. I love it on my face. It kind of shines on the other side of my face, opposite from my camera, which is great. Provide stable lighting. Definitely recommend these. A lot of people have these. Over here on my ring light, this is just a crappy old one. Honestly, there's some things from my really old setup that were like $2, which I actually still use today, like this ring light. It is also by Neewer. I love this ring light, honestly. It has kind of grown on me, although, you know, there are some better ring lights out there. Overall, pretty solid lighting. It looks good on my face, and I really don't have a problem with it. For my camera, I'm rocking a Logitech C922 Pro Stream Webcam. It's sort of the big brother to C920 when it comes to things. 1080p at 60 FPS, which is pretty crazy. Definitely one of the best webcams that you can buy that's not DSLR or mirrorless. Love it, recommend it, about $120. Finally, for cameras, I have my Sater 1080p webcam here. I used this for my face for a while, which is great. It's about $30 on Amazon. Definitely recommend this thing if you're on a budget, so for sure that is definitely a cop. And finally, the beast of a machine right here, my PC. I'm gonna put the specs on screen while I do this. I went for an all-white build and everything came in white, which I was surprising, even with the graphics card right there. Everything about this PC from head to toe is white except for that Mobo back there. An unfortunate upgrade that I kind of want to do is get a new case. That way, in case I wanted to get a triple fin graphics card, I actually can fit it in my case. This is a really small one, and I recommend it if you're going for a little bit of a smaller build. But because I went performance, I definitely regret getting this case. Be upgrading that one soon. For my chair, I just have an IKEA one. It's really simple. I'll put a link to it in the description right there if you do want to check this thing out. Don't recommend it, honestly, but if you're looking for something cheap, this is the way to go. That is honestly pretty much it for the entire setup though, as well as the upgrades around the room like those fairy lights down there. Honestly, I want to make some additions to this thing, and I really need some ideas. So if you want to help me out, just drop them in the comments. I really need this, honestly. For example, I still haven't figured out what to put underneath this big tray of shaker cups and G Fuel. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did end up really liking this video, then please let me know by liking it. And if you want to see more of this content, then you know what to do. I also stream with this setup every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and weekends at twitch.tv/notdrg, or the link's gonna be in my bio. I appreciate you for watching the video again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.